Vanakkam. Welcome to the monthly news bulletin of Yarl Marai TV. News editor Reverend Father Anton Stephen. Sponsored by Reverend Father J. Emmanuel. I am Dilani Edward Nathan.
I am Jeriksha Judson.
First, the headlines. Vatican appoints Archbishop Andrzej Józwowicz as new Apostolic Nuncio to Sri Lanka.
Planned ethnic dispossession undermines lasting reconciliation. Tamil Heritage Council.
The festival at St. Anthony's Shrine on Kachchatheevu is scheduled for 27 and 28th of February.
Jaffna Diocese inaugurates Year of Social Communication.
Reverend Father Paul Jayanthan Pachek reappointed Provincial Superior of the Oblates of Mary Immaculate Congregation.
Tamil community being systematically destroyed through drugs.
The 45th anniversary of the establishment of the Mannar Diocese. Now the news in detail. The Holy See has appointed Archbishop Andrzej Józwowicz as the new Apostolic Nuncio to Sri Lanka, further strengthening diplomatic and pastoral relations between Sri Lanka and the Vatican. The appointment was officially announced on January 31, 2026, coinciding with the 50th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between Sri Lanka and the Holy See. Archbishop Józwowicz succeeded Archbishop Brian Udakwi, who has been reassigned as Apostolic Nuncio to Ethiopia. Born on January 14, 1965 in Poland, Archbishop Józwowicz was ordained a priest in 1990 and later joined the Vatican diplomatic service. He has previously served as Apostolic Nuncio to Rwanda from 2017 to 2021 and as Apostolic Nuncio to Iran from 2021 until his new appointment.
The Tamil Heritage Preservation Council has warned that lasting reconciliation in Sri Lanka cannot be achieved through planned acts of ethnic dispossession, citing concern over the Kiviloya irrigation project. In a statement released on January 29, the Council highlighted that more than 400 acres of agricultural and residential land in Tamil ancestral villages under the Vavuniya North Regional Secretary Division, including Vadivaithakal, Ichankulam, Kulankulam, Kattupuvarasankulam and Kanjuramotte, as well as 4,000 acres in the Periyakattukulam Reservoir Reserve, and 47 identified archaeological sites are all at risk of being submerged by the project. The statement also pointed out that the Department of Archaeology, which has classified the Vadakunari Malay area near the reservoir as an archaeological site and restricted Tamil religious practices there, has expressed concern for these 47 sites to be submerged, raising concerns that this may be a deliberate attempt to encroach upon Tamil ancestral lands. The Council drew attention to the continued plight of the Tamil population, whose lands confiscated by the military have not yet been returned. Many Tamils are now forced to work as laborers on land occupied by Sinhalese settlers, threatening their livelihoods. The statement also recalled that 2,000 acres of fertile agricultural land in the Mullaitivu district had previously been seized from Tamils and handed over to Sinhalese settlers. It warned that the Kiviloya project will further expand such land grabs, accusing successive governments of using these schemes to alter the ethnic composition of the North. The Council emphasized that the government's persistence in implementing resettlement plans, despite opposition from the Tamil population and without benefiting them, undermines reconciliation and raises serious concern about the future of inter-ethnic harmony in the region.
Any individual found guilty of drug trafficking will be barred from all church activities, said Reverend Father Vimalasaharan Vasandan, parish priest of Kattekad. Addressing the faithful after the Sunday Holy Mass on January 18th at Kattekad St. Mary's Church, Father Vasandan highlighted that the Tamil community is being deliberately destroyed through drugs. He emphasized the urgent responsibility of the parish to rescue people from drug addiction. Father Vasandan noted that drug use is rapidly increasing in the northern and eastern regions, particularly in Vadamarachi East, with a growing number of drug smuggling incidents along the coastal waters. He warned that people of all ages, from children to adults, are being affected, strongly appealing to those involved in drug trafficking. He urged them to turn away from the activities that destroy families and devastate society. He added that individuals removed from church activities due to proven involvement in drug trafficking or use would be given a chance through repentance. Such persons would be encouraged to undertake a pilgrimage, receive the sacrament of reconciliation, and subsequently be reintegrated into church activities through an appropriate process.
Reverend Father Mary Bastian, a Catholic priest who was killed during Sri Lanka's civil war, was remembered on January 6 at St. Anne's Church in Wangale, Mannar, where a solemn commemoration was held. The service was organized by the Wangale parish priest, Reverend Father Lacons Figurado, and included a requiem Holy Mass presided over by the Bishop of Mannar, Right Reverend Dr. Andoni Pillai Gnana Pragasa. Following the Mass, floral tributes were paid at the statue of Father Mary Bastian, and oil lamps were lit in remembrance of him and all those who lost their lives during the conflict. Prayers for peace and for the souls of the victims of the war were also offered. A large number of priests, religious sisters, and members of the faithful participated in the commemoration, reflecting on Father Bastian's life, witness, and unwavering commitment to justice and service. Reverend Father Mary Bastian was shot dead by government soldiers on January 6, 1985, inside St. Anne's Church in Wangale, an incident that shocked the nation and remains one of the most significant killings of a Catholic priest during the civil conflict.
The Catholic Diocese of Jaffna formally launched its Year of Social Communication on January 11th with inaugural ceremonies held in Catholic churches across the diocese. The main diocesan inauguration took place at St. Mary's Cathedral, Jaffna, where a special Holy Mass and opening ceremony were led by the Bishop of Jaffna, Right Reverend Dr. Justin Gnana Pragasa. The program was organized by the Cathedral Parish Priest, Reverend Father Jeroselvanayah. Several members of the clergy joined the bishop in the liturgy, including Diocesan Vicar General Reverend Father Jabaratnam, Procurator General Reverend Father Nesanayaham, Director of the Marinadi Catholic Media Center Reverend Father Anton Stephen, and St. Joseph Catholic Press Manager Reverend Father Ainsley Rocha. Catholic media personnel from across the diocese also participated, representing media organizations such as Marinadi Catholic Media Center, St. Joseph Catholic Press, Bishop Sounder Media, Irayoli, Holy Mary, Tamil-based, and Kadavul Manida. The Year of Social Communication will be observed under the theme, Let us build a year of peace through social communication. A series of awareness programs, workshops, and media initiatives are planned throughout the year to promote responsible and peace-building communication.
The 45th anniversary of the establishment of the Mannar Diocese was celebrated on January 24th at the Shrine of Our Lady, Queen of Martyrs, Thottawali, Mannar. The event was organized under the guidance of Vicar General Reverend Father Tamal Nason and held under the patronage of the Bishop of Mannar, Right Reverend Dr. Andoni Pillai Gnana Pragasa. The program included a Thanksgiving Holy Mass, a book launch, and the crowning ceremony of Our Lady. The Holy Mass was presided over by the Bishop of Jaffna, Right Reverend Dr. Justin Gnana Pragasam, and celebrated by the President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Sri Lanka and Bishop of Kurunagala, Right Reverend Dr. Harold Anthony Pereira, the Bishop of Mannar, Right Reverend Dr. Andoni Pillai Gnana Pragasam, and the Emeritus Bishop of Mannar, Right Reverend Dr. Emmanuel Fernando. At the conclusion of the Mass, the book History of the Shrine of Our Lady of Madu, authored by Reverend Father Gnanamuthu Pilendran, a Jaffna diocesan priest and professor, was officially launched. This was followed by the crowning ceremony of Our Lady Queen of Martyrs. The celebration drew a large gathering of priests, religious sisters, a member of parliament from the Vanni district, government and non-government officials, and numerous faithful who joined in prayer and thanksgiving. Copies of the newly launched book are available at the Jaffna Diocesan Catechetical Center, as well as at the Shrine of Our Lady of Madu, Mannar.
Reverend Father Paul Jayanthan Pachek has been reappointed as the Provincial Superior of the Oblates of Mary Immaculate Congregation in the Jaffna Province on January 15th, marking his second consecutive term in the leadership role since 2023. Father Pachek joined the Oblates of Mary Immaculate Congregation in 1989 at the Minor Seminary in Kolumbuturai, Jaffna, and completed his philosophical studies at St. Xavier's Seminary. He pursued higher theological education at the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome, where he was ordained a deacon in 1999. He was ordained a priest in 2000 in Mannar as member of the Oblate congregation. Over the years, Father Pachek has held a range of pastoral, academic, and leadership roles. His service includes novitiate formation in Bandaravela, contributing to the development of the Kolumbuthurai Oblates House and working as a lecturer at the Vavuniya National College of Education. He has also served as chaplain at the Vavuniya Hospital, lecturer at St. Saviour's Major Seminary, teacher at Kopai College of Education, and as director of the Norwegian Tamil Catholic Pastoral Center and the Jnanodaya Center of the Oblates in Mannar.
A preparatory meeting for the annual festival at St. Anthony's Shrine on Kachchatheevu Island was held on 8th of January at the Jaffna District Secretariat, chaired by District Secretary M. Pradeepan Marudalingam. Sri Lankan and Indian officials at the meeting discussed various activities to ensure smooth preparations. More than 8,000 devotees from Sri Lanka and India are expected to participate as pilgrims later this month. The festival, one of the region's most significant Catholic pilgrimages, is scheduled for 27th and 28th of February. Officials reviewed plans to ensure accommodation, security, sanitation, transport, and food supplies for the large number of pilgrims who will travel to the small, uninhabited island for the event. Among those attending were the Vicar General of the Jaffna Diocese, Reverend Father Jabaratnam, Northern Naval Commander Rear Admiral Buddhigaliyana Gamage, Indian Deputy Consular Officer Nagarajan, as well as senior police, health, customs, and local government officials. Representatives from the Delft Pradesh Sabha, island administrative divisions of Delft, Velanai, and Kites, and officials from the Navy, health services, and transport authorities also took part, alongside representatives of the Boat Owners Association, who will be responsible for ferrying pilgrims to the island. The meeting focused on crowd management and safety, given the growing popularity of pilgrimage in recent years. Authorities discussed the deployment of security forces, emergency medical teams, waste management services, and the regulation of sea transport to prevent overcrowding and accidents.
The statue unveiling ceremony of Honorable Marai Senadiraja, leader of the Sri Lanka Tamil Republican Party and former Member of Parliament, took place on January 31st in Mavatapuram, Jaffna. The statue was jointly unveiled by Governor of the Northern Province, Honorable Vedanaya, and former Minister of Tamil Nadu, Honorable Nallusamy. The event was attended by Right Reverend Dr. Justin Gnanaprahasam, Bishop of Jaffna, religious leaders, political figures, and the public. Born in September 1942 in Mavatapuram, Jaffna, Honorable Marai Senadiraja participated in the Satyagraha, a non-violent protest campaign against the Sinhala-only policy and the Singhalization of administration in Sri Lanka at the age of 19 in 1961, alongside SJV Selvanayagam Thandai Selva. He later joined the youth wings of Sri Lanka Tamil Republican Party and actively engaged in political struggles. He was arrested by the Sri Lankan army and spent nearly 7 years in detention in Vavuniya, Velikada and Magazine prisons. Following the death of parliamentarian Honorable Amirthalingam of the Tamil United Liberation Front, he was elected to parliament through national list nomination and subsequently became the leader of the Sri Lanka Tamil Republican Party, serving as its head for 10 years.
The Jaffna Christian Union, in collaboration with the Jaffna Catholic Diocese Ecumenical Committee, conducted a series of Ecumenical Week events from January 18 to 25th at various locations across the diocese. The events were organized under the guidance of Reverend Father Selvaratnam, Director of the Jaffna Diocese Ecumenical Committee, and Reverend Vijaydasan Daniel Jayaruban from the Anglican Church. The opening events on January 18 took place at each participating church. Throughout the week, special conferences and worship services for Christian unity were held at locations including Mannar Methodist Church, Univille South India Church, Maradanar Madam Christa Serva Ashram, Our Lady of Refuge Church Jaffna, Jaffna Salvation Army Church, and University Chapel. The closing events on January 25th were held at the Anglican Church of St. John in Chundukuli, where Reverend Father Jabaratnam, Vicar General of the Jaffna Diocese, also participated and delivered a message. This Ecumenical Week events saw participation from priests, nuns, seminary students, and members of various Christian congregations, fostering fellowship and spiritual engagement across the diocese.
A special event for Christian Unity Week, a friendship meeting between two theological colleges, was held on January 24th and St. Francis Xavier Major Seminary, Kolumbuthurai, Jaffna. The event was guided by Reverend Father Kamalakumaran, Principal of the Christian Theological College, and Reverend Father Thayabaran, Rector of St. Francis Xavier Major Seminary. The program included prayer service for Christian unity as well as discussions among students and lecturers. During the discussions, participants explored future challenges faced by Christian workers in unity initiatives and considered possible solutions. Every year during Christian Unity Week in January, the two theological college communities in Jaffna come together to strengthen friendship and foster collaboration through such meetings.
The National ASIPA Convention, organized by the National ASIPA Commission, was held on January 12th and 13th at the National Basilica of Our Lady of Lanka, Colombo, bringing together diocesan representatives from across the country. The two-day gathering was led by National Director Reverend Father Priya Jayamana under the guidance of Bishop of Gaul, Right Reverend Dr. Raymond Vikramasinghe, who oversees the commission. The convention featured presentations, group activities and discussions aimed at strengthening ASIPA communities and enhancing their role in faith formation and pastoral outreach. A total of 42 diocesan ASIPA directors and representatives participated in the event. The Jaffna Diocese delegation, led by Diocesan ASIPA Director Reverend Father Ronald Sujivan of the Claretian Congregation, included Reverend Father Jayanthan, Reverend Father Lians, Reverend Sister Mary Arokyanathan, and Mr. and Mrs. Devaraja Prema.
The 30th death anniversary of Reverend Father John Lorette, the first priest of St. Philip Neri's Church, Sembian Petru, was commemorated on January 22nd at the same church. The event was organized under the guidance of parish priest Reverend Father Arthur Justin and included a holy mass followed by tribute and memorial ceremonies. The mass was presided over by Reverend Father Sylvester Das, parish priest of St. James Church, Alai, and concelebrated by Reverend Father Vimalasekharan Vasandan, parish priest of Kachchatheevu, and Reverend Father Ravichandran. Students of Reverend Father John Lorette Memorial Education Center actively participated in the liturgy. At the conclusion of the Mass, learning materials were distributed to students advancing to grade 1 from the Education Center. Floral garlands were placed at the statue of Reverend Father John Lorette, followed by a moment of silent tribute. The faithful then proceeded to the cemetery of St. Philip Neri's Church, where Reverend Father John Lorette is buried, and conducted memorial rites in its honor. Ordained in 1995, Reverend Father John Lorette served displaced families in the Kodihamam Kacha area during the massive displacement in the Jaffna Peninsula. While engaged in the pastoral mission, he contracted septicemia and passed away on January 1st, 1996. And now, to conclude the monthly news bulletin, here are the headlines once again. Vatican appoints Archbishop Andrzej Józwowicz as new Apostolic Nuncio to Sri Lanka.
Planned ethnic dispossession undermines lasting reconciliation. Tamil Heritage Council.
The festival at St. Anthony's Shrine on Kachchatheevu is scheduled for 27 and 28th of February.
Jaffna Diocese inaugurates Year of Social Communication.
Reverend Father Paul Jayanthan Pachek reappointed Provincial Superior of the Oblates of Mary Immaculate Congregation.
Tamil community being systematically destroyed through drugs.
The 45th anniversary of the establishment of the Mannar Diocese. Thank you for watching. Vanakkam.